Good morning. Who do I see in here? I see Jalen. Good morning. Liliana. Good morning. Melanie. Hello. Raphael. Hi. Mariana. Good morning. Crystal. Hello. Raymond. Hi, Dolores. Hi, Jennifer. Good morning. Hi, Carlos. Good morning. Hi, Kalima. Hi, Justin. Hi, Xavier. That's an interesting picture. Hi, Jason. Yeah, I'll drop the link in the chat. I hope I have the right one open. Let's see. This song, do I have the right Pear Deck open? Oh yeah, it says students are connected. Okay. Let me get everyone the link. All right, link is in the chat. All right, who haven't I said good morning to yet? Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Justin G. Hi, Steven. Hi, Maria. Good morning, Manuel. Good morning, Ibrahim. Hello, Edwin. Good morning, Aaron. I think I got everyone. All right, so as you are logging in, there is an entrance prompt. Circle the category that resonates with you the most. The word resonates just means like what means something to you. So example is Spotify or Apple Music. I would choose Spotify. That's the one I like the most. So we're going to see what do we have in common. Good morning, Joseph.
Good morning, everyone. All right, just a few more folks.
Who else just joined? Karen. Good morning, Karen. Happy Monday, everyone. I know last week was a short week. We're back with a full week. All right.
I see 20 folks have joined Pear Deck already.
Ah, great.
Yep. There's 24 of us, though, so we just dropped the link again. Go ahead and click it. 21. And then you're circling which of the categories most resonates with you, most speaks to you. See 22 folks in.
Oh, wow. Melanie and Jalen have the same exact response. How cool is that?
All right, now I'm so curious. Yes, 24 of us are in the Pear Deck. Beautiful. Go ahead and start circling.
Okay, I see 24 of us are in, but 8 haven't gotten started yet. So let's get started. We are circling which one means the most to us out of these categories. So we have Spotify and Apple Music. We have early bird or night owl. That means, do you like to be up in the morning or do you prefer to stay up late at night? Sweet and salty. What flavor do you like better? Pizza or pasta? Both are pretty good, but can you choose one? And then plan it or wing it. Are you a planner or do you just like to go with the flow? Let's take one more minute circling our responses and then we'll compare.
Good morning, Brian. Brian, I'll send you the link. I love the enthusiasm.
Awesome. All right, so we have Ibrahim, Nathaniel, and Justin. They're going to start by sharing their responses. So let me go ahead and just sort this by student so I can find your responses. And we got Ibrahim is going to be up first. All right, Ibrahim, take it away. Sorry, there you go.
Can you hear this?
Yep.
I circled Spotify, night owl, sweet pizza, and wing.
Okay, do you want to explain one of them? Like, why did you choose one of them?
Chose pizza.
You don't have Apple Music?
Chose pizza, why?
I don't use Apple Music.
Wait, I didn't get to hear why you love pizza.
Oh, I said pizza is better than pasta.
Okay. All right. Who was up next for sharing? It was Nathaniel. Nathaniel, go ahead and tell us which ones you chose.
I chose Apple Music because I have Apple Music. I love Apple Music. I also chose Night Owl because I like to stay up at night, of course. I choose salty because why not? Pasta, I like pasta way better than pizza, if I'm being honest with you. And wing it, I chose because why not?
Okay, so you were all the yellow side. That's really fun because someone else I saw, who was it, also chose one side only. And I think it was either the same side as you. Oh, no, it was the opposite. It was Jason. Jason chose everything on the other side. So
Nice.
Jason and Nathaniel are complete opposites, which is so funny. All right, we have one more to share out, and that was Justin G. Justin, go ahead.
Oh, I chose Spotify, night owl, sweet pizza, and planet.
Justin, me and you are really similar. Except I think I would choose pasta. All right, so what's really cool is if I do this, you can see the entire class all together. We are all over the place, which means we're all different and we all have different similarities. Except, look at that, Miss Kwong. Only one person is an early bird and only one person chose pasta. So that means...
Same thing happened in Cohort D. One person was an early.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All
Well,
right.
don't talk to me anymore.
All right. Let's move along. All right. So on our next slide, we are going to dive into the math portion of today's lesson. What do you see? What do you think? What do you wonder? The graph that's on the left side is the graphs that we've been seeing for a few weeks now. What we're going to start to see today is the graphs on the right side. So what do you see? What do you think? And what do you wonder?
Good morning, Matthew. I'll send you the link.
Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to do that.
I see some folks getting started already. I'm going to shout you out. Thank you, Nathaniel, Jason, Maria, Ibrahim, Liliana, Raphael, Jaylin, Justin G, Manuel, Dolores, Xavier, Crystal, Carlos, Mariana, Aaron, Kalima, Melanie. Awesome. You have a couple more minutes. Folks who haven't yet said your name, go ahead and get started. What do you see? What do you think? What do you wonder? Morning, Aiden. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for you.
Let's take one more minute. One more minute. What do you see? What do you think? And what do you wonder? Okay, in 30 seconds, we are going to call on Maria, Jalen, and Xavier to read out their responses. Okay, let's pause and let's take a look at our classmates' responses. So first up, Maria, can you come off mute and read out your response?
Yeah, I see two shaded graphs. The future one has both dotted and solid lines. I think the future one has two different equations. And why does the right one have two different shaded lines?
Great question. All right, Jalen?
What I wrote is I see on one side, which I was talking about the present, was that there's only one line that is plotted, and on the future side there seems to be like two lines plotted.
Exactly. Okay, and last one to share out for this is Xavier.
said that the system of inequalities has two lines, then the linear inequalities which have one.
Right.
And I think that system inequalities is going to be like hard to understand because they got two lines. And I wondered why it has two lines instead of one.
Love it. All right. Thank you so much for sharing out, you three. We really loved everyone's responses. Just wanted to call on those three because those really stood out to us. So we're going to hopefully answer some of your questions, right? So let's actually take a look and take some notes now. So the one on the left, our present, is exactly what you all said. There is just one line on this graph, all right? When we talked about this solution, all right, and we said a solution to this system, not system, my golly, messing up my words. A solution to the linear inequalities was in the shaded area. All right, so we picked points like, okay, this is a solution. It's in the shaded area. That's what we've been talking about for weeks. All right, now we have our system. And what those three just mentioned during the share out is now we have two lines. That also means we have two different regions shaded. So one line, one region, two lines, two regions shaded. So where is the solution now? When we talk about a solution of a system, we have a double shaded area. Okay, so that is the big difference here. It's the double shaded. So what the heck do I mean by double shaded? So if I look at this line, I see that there's lines that go that way. That goes to this line. So this is the shaded region for inequality 1. Then I see that there's another inequality, inequality 2, this dotted one. Okay, and that is shaded this way. So our solution is where those two shadings overlap. So I made it a yellow and a red just to stand out to me. And that means it is right here. So this entire space where they crisscross is my solution space. That is my double shaded area. I thought I saw a raised hand button for a second. Did someone have a question? I missed it.
It was by accident.
Oh, okay. Okay, Ibrahim. Awesome. So, question is, not really sure what you mean. So, in our first one, the one on the left, this entire space was our solution because it was our shaded area. I could pick any point there. Okay? On the graph on the right, now I have two different shaded spaces. I have shading here, where these lines are. And then I see shading in another direction. That's this way. But where do those shadings overlap? Where are they on top of each other? That would be this space right here. So when I look at this space, I see that those lines are crisscross. Not just the linear lines, but the shading. So that means this whole area is considered my double shaded area. So now my solutions, when I'm picking up points, which we'll do in a little bit, can only be in that specific place. In the present, we used to be able to pick any point in that entire shaded. Now our shading gets a little smaller. It has to be overlapping.
We'll have a chance to practice this in a bit. But go ahead and take those notes so you have them. I see most of us have them. 9 of us have not yet taken notes. Go ahead and fill in the vocabulary. Let's take 30 more seconds.
Okay. So the words at the bottom were our biggest spaces. So I see 5 of us didn't get those words written down. All right, Miss Kwan, can you maybe just drop a screenshot in the chat and they can go back later.
Yep, got it.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna clear my screen. All right, let's keep it moving. Okay, so let's actually talk about that solution space a little bit more. So, it's not letting me click. There we go. Okay, so solutions can be in the double shaded area. So here I see this big S. That is where they're overlapping. We just started to talk about that. Solutions here in the solution space here can also be a solution. It's any point in that shaded area where that S is. But remember from our rules before, solutions cannot be on a dotted line. So I can't choose solutions like this. I can't choose solutions like this because it's on a dotted line. Remember, solid line is good, but now our biggest thing is it has to be in the double shaded area. All right, so there are 4 points here. All right, 7, 0 is this purple dot, 3, 0 is the red, 0, 7 is this yellow, and -3, 5 is this blue dot. Tell me on your pear deck which one is in the solution. It takes 60 seconds to answer this. Which one is in the solution? I see 13 out of 28 responses. 15. 16 responses. Let's get 28 in 40 seconds. Maybe not 40 seconds. I'll add another 30 seconds. All right, I'm seeing 18 out of 28 responses. Which point is in the solution space on the graph on the right? Awesome, I see 20 out of 28. Can we get all 28 of you in the next 23 seconds? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Okay. Let's talk about our responses. So I'm going to just quickly show this, and then Ms. Kwong's going to talk about the actual graph. But it looks like a majority of us picked A. Then we had a few people pick B, and a few pick C.
Yeah, so let's take a look. So here, we're looking for the point that falls in the double shaded area. You can look on the example on the left. So let's look at the answer B, which is 3, 0, the red dot. What do we notice about that point there? Would this be a solution, yes or no? Where is this point falling? Yeah, that point is on a dotted line. It would not be a solution. As long as if the point falls on a dotted line, it cannot be a solution. So we have to eliminate that answer. Thank you, Justin and Mariana.
It was really cool. No one picked number 4.
Mm-hmm.
No one picked 4. So we know that if it's not in any shaded, it can't even be a solution. So awesome job there.
Let's take a look at 0, 7, right? The yellow point. This one here, why would this one not be a solution? Any volunteers to explain, come off mute or in the chat.
The reason I think that's not an answer because it's saying now solutions have to be on the double shaded area. So like where it kind of like overlaps.
Exactly. So this does not fall in the double shaded area, hence it's not a solution. Beautiful use of vocabulary, Jalen. Some folks in the chat are asking. So Manuel, yeah, it's not in the double shaded area. If you say it's not in the shaded area, that's not enough, right? A solution to a system has to be in a double shaded area. Here, this point actually falls in a single shaded area. It only falls for one inequality.
Yeah, so before that was okay because we only had one that we were plotting. But now we have two, so it has to be in that double.
And then finally we have 7, 0. That purple dot falls in the double shaded region where Miss Mish labeled S for solution set. Any questions here?
Yeah, thank you for everyone that's asked questions already. Any more, you can go ahead and type it in the chat or hit the raise hand button and we'll be happy to answer that. So the correct answer was 1. It was this purple dot right here. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving. All right, so for this one, we want you to go ahead and move the green dot to make a possible solution. Move your green dot. You have a minute to do so. Okay, you have 30 more seconds to move your dot and leave your dot there. I see 22 out of 28 responses. Waiting on Manuel, Joseph, Aaron, Brian, Matthew, Aiden. Move that dot. All right, let's take a look at this and I think we should go over our definition of solution one more time. All right, so what are the two things that we wrote before? Who remembers? We can't look back at that slide, so we have to kind of remember it at first. So it has to be in a what? What does the solution have to be? So it has to be
in a double shaded area.
Okay, double shaded area. All right, and it cannot, it has to. And what can it be?
On the dotted line.
Okay, so this is good. Thank you, Justin, for summarizing that up. This is good. This is not good. All right, so that means where is my double shaded area here? I think most of you got that. This is my solution space, okay? So I see where that double shading is happening. I do see a few points that aren't there. So I see that this can't be because it's on the dotted line. Same thing with these coordinates. This is considered the dotted line. So if I look at this, I'm just going to highlight it for us. This is a dotted line. So if I have a point there, it can't be true because Justin said it can't be in the dotted line. It can only be in the double shaded area. All right, and then these points, why can't this point be true? What did we say about that before? Who can explain why this one is not a solution? Who said it before? Manuel, you said it before.
Because it is not in the double shaded area.
Yeah, it's only a single shaded region. We need it to be double, so it cannot be true. And Justin just reiterated again. And again, this last one was also on a dotted line. So double shaded area, good. Dotted line, not good. All right? Hopefully we've got the gist of it now. I am gonna keep on moving. All right. All right, so let's do the first one together, and then I'll give you a chance to try the next two. So the first thing says we need to label our solution space with an S. So where is that double shaded section? So if I look at this graph, I have this 1, 2, 3, 4. In the chat, I want you to tell me which one of these spaces do you think we're going to label with an S? Is it space 1, 2, 3, or 4? Go ahead and write it in the chat. All right, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people, 9 people, 10 people. I hope we're all not just agreeing. Do we actually think that is true? Let's see. All right, so a lot of you, 8 of you said it's going to be area 2. You are correct. All right, you are correct. That is my solution space. All right, so what I want you to do is on your other 2 graphs, go ahead and label where you think the S is going to go. Don't worry about answering yet. Where do you think the S is going to go? So label the other 2 graphs with an S. Okay. So remember, your solution space is your double shaded area. So we are labeling with an S. Where is our double shaded area? Okay, awesome job. I am just going to quickly share Liliana's, but a lot of people have it. All right, here are where our S's are. So this is where it's double shaded because I see that it's a little bit darker. And in this last graph, it's where the blue and the red come together, and that's where our S is going to be. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to do that on mine. I have my S here and my S here. That S is a little hard to see. All right, let's do the first one together for the bottom part, and then you guys can go ahead and try the other 2. So is 1, 1, so this coordinate right here, a solution to this system? What do we think? In the chat, I'm going to tell you to write it on the count of 3. Not yet. On the count of 3. Tell me what you think. Yes or no. 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm seeing, not everyone, but all right. Seeing a lot of no's. Okay. Why is this not a solution? Maria, why do you think it is not a solution? Sorry, Maria. I think I called on you already today. My bad. Why is this not a solution?
because it's on the dotted line.
Yeah, it's on a dotted line, so it is not a solution. Jalen, I love hearing from you, but I already heard from you a bunch, and I heard from Maria now a bunch, so I'm going to leave Maria alone for a little bit. All right, I want to give you a few seconds to fill out those next two graphs before we move on. So go ahead and try the middle one and the one on the right. That's cool, Miss Kwong. That's cool.
All right, I think I have my folks here. Think about a couple more minutes. For identifying, is the point a solution to the system? Circle yes or no.
All right, we almost have 100%. We are just waiting on 2 more people, and I just sent you a message in the chat. There are about 60 seconds.
I appreciate these private chats to just double check. Okay. About 20 more seconds. And I'm going to hear from, I want to hear from a few folks. I'd love to hear from Kamari for number 2 and Mariana for number 3. Okay, Kamari, kick it off. Is 3,2 a solution and why? Okay, not a solution. And why not? What was the reason that you chose? Yeah, the point is on a dotted line, hence not a solution. Very nice. Thank you, Kamari. And then Mariana for number 3. Is 4, -2 a solution and why?
Yes, because it's on the double shaded area.
Very nice. That's the key word here. Double shaded area, not just shaded area. Thank you, Mariana.
All right. I'm feeling good about this. How about you, Ms. Fong?
Yep. You're
Okay.
good too.
All right. Let's move on to our break. All right. We are going to take how many minutes you think? Do we have time for 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Mhm.
Okay. We're going to take a 5-minute break. That brings us back at 10:47. We will get a timer going, but we will see you back at 10:47. Oh, that works. That's what I was going to do. All right, it is 10:47. We need everyone to meet us on slide number 7. I see 2 people are there. Four people. Gosh, we are teaching more than 4 people. We need everyone on slide 7. All right, you don't have to tell us in the chat today. You just need to move your Pear Deck to slide 7. I see 6 people. 7.
All right, still, is it only 7 people?
Yeah,
8.
and then 4 are on slide 8, but we need everyone on slide 7.
Okay, click the arrow on the bottom to move forward because this is now on student paced. Slide 7 is our break slide. We see 8 folks are with us. 9. 10. Okay. I will open the breakout rooms in a second.
Okay.
Or are you saying something, Ms. Mish?
I was just going to shout out people that we need to click their slides.
Okay, so we need Nathaniel, Xavier, Dolores. Join us on slide 7. Mariana, Melanie, Justin, M, Raphael, Karen, Aaron. Join us on slide 7. Click the arrow. And Matthew, Aiden, and Kimari. Oh, yep, I see you there, Nathaniel. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Here we go. Some of you are going to be in a breakout room with Miss Mish. So I'm going to open that up now. And maybe 11:05 is more realistic.
Okay.
Okay. Great. Perfect. Thank you all for confirming in the chat. Everyone else.
Hey, y'all. All right. So we are just going to do a few of these teaching slides together just so that we are in a little bit of a smaller group. So let's get going. So we can go now to slide number 8. And what I want you to do on slide number 8 is just draw lines to make some matching. All right, what do these symbols mean and what is their rule? All right, good. I saw Kalima is done. All right. Kalima is done. Dolores, Melanie, let's get started. Jason, let's get started. Stephen is done. So we are just drawing lines to make some matching. Let's take 30 more seconds. Okay. I am going to call on y'all to tell me what you chose. But first, let's go over these symbols. So this first symbol is a less than. I know that because if I make an L with my left hand, or if I just draw an L, it's open in the same direction. So that tells me this is a less than. This one down here is also a less than, but it has the line. So that means less than or equal to. That means the ones on the right are just the opposite. So this is greater than, and the line tells me greater or equal. Okay, so Mariana, what did you choose for less than? What did you draw your line for less than?
Dotted line shading down.
Good, dotted line and shaded down. All right. Kalima, what did you put for less than or equal to? Kalima, what did you put for less than or equal to? You got it right. I see it. Okay. So Kalima put, yep, solid line and shade down. All right, remember less means shade down. All right, that means what is my greater than? Steven, do you want to take a guess for that one? What about for greater than? Steven? I want to move through this. All right, Melanie, what about you? What about for greater than? If we already marked off these two, what is left? Melanie or Steven? Someone save me. Go ahead, Dolores. Thank you.
The greater than goes with the to the dotted line shaded up,
Good.
and the greater or equal goes to solid line shaded up.
Good. Thank you. All right. Remember, if you ever like, I'm not really sure, this line tells me that it has to be solid. All right. And then less is down and greater is up. Okay. Thank you. All right. I'm going to move along to the graphing portion. All right. So let's move to the next slide. Yeah. All right. Let's move to slide 9. All right. Slide 9. Basically, what we talked about in the beginning of class was that now we're graphing two inequalities. This is already 1. So inequality 1 is already graphed for us, just like we did the past few lessons. All right, now we're going to graph inequality 2 the same exact way. So first, I need to start with my y-intercept. If you remember, the y-intercept is the number that is completely by itself. So what is my y-intercept? What is my y-intercept for inequality 2? We're on this one down here. What is my y-intercept? Good, Dolores. I don't know why my annotation isn't working. Here we go. 4. All right, so my y-intercept is 4. That means on my y-axis, I'm going to go ahead and plot a dot at 4. I'm going to make this pen a little bit thicker. All right, I have a dot at 4. Ooh. All right, so that means my next number is our slope. So we have -1 over 2. What does that tell me about the direction of the line? Does anyone remember? What does that tell me about the direction of the line? How am I going to move now? Does -1 tell me down or up? Good. Dolores is on it right now. So this means down 1, and then it always moves to the right. So our next dot is going to go down 1 space, right 2. Down 1 space, right 2. And then I run out of room, so I can't do any more dots. I can do a dot the other way. As long as we keep our pattern, down 1, right 2. All right, let me check on you all and see how we are doing with that. This. Okay. Good. All right, Jason, go ahead and meet me on slide number 9, please. Good, Kalima. Good, Mariana. All right, Melanie, we're on slide number 9. Okay. All right, so now I need to look at my symbol. So my symbol for this one is right here. Oh, let me get my drawing tool. Here's my symbol. That's this one. All right, and what did we just say? This is a greater than or equal to. So what is my line type and my shading going to be? What is my line type and shading going to be? Go ahead and write it in the chat. Thank you. All right, so thank you, Dolores and Mariana. I respectfully disagree, though. I see a line here, so that tells me it's equal, which tells me solid. All right, so whenever you see that line, it means it's going to be a solid line. All right, and which way do I shade for this? If it's greater than, which way do I shade? Sorry, I'm talking about inequality 2. Inequality number 2. My bad. All right, so for inequality 2, this is my symbol. What am I shading? Which way? Up or down? Inequality 2 is right here. And we are going to be shading up. All right, so here's my up. Here's my up. Here's my up. I'm going to go ahead and color that in. Okay, and the last thing, our solution is where our pink and our blue cross each other. So that means this space right here is going to be my solution. Right here. Are there any questions? Questions? I see Steven is still plotting. See Melanie is still plotting. Mariana looks good. If you want, you could try number 10. Good, Kalima. You just have to add your shading in. Jason, where are you? All right, good, Dolores. Just go ahead and shade up. Don't forget that shading. So see where my pink is? That's what you're missing. Good, Dolores. Now that looks good. All right, let's see what Miss Pong is saying. Okay. All right, good, Kalima. Just go ahead and label that crossover with an S. So this is our solution space because that's where it's overlapping. Okay, good, Melanie. Just go ahead and label with an S where your solution space is. All right, we have 19 more seconds in this room. Good, Melanie.
All right.
Miss, how are we supposed to do for the first shading?
The first one we were shading down because it was a less than symbol. So I'm just going to quickly just show what to expect on this one so you can compare. This one is Liliana's graph here. Beautiful. Ooh. Only thing is make sure to label. Yep, she has it labeled as well. This is inequality 2. And you can see clearly where the overlap of the pink and red is in this solution set here. Very nice. Okay, all right.
All right, so even if you didn't get to all of those guided examples, we are going to do some independent practice, and you're going to get to choose whether you want to continue independent or you need some help and you want to be with a helper desk. So please go ahead and, is this multiple choice or I forget?
Oh, no, it isn't.
Okay, in the chat.
Yeah, in the chat where we can open you choose.
Okay. Can they do that though? I don't think.
Yeah, every Zoom is updated. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me recreate.
All right, so you are going to choose your room. Do you want to be in the helper desk or do you want to be independent? Helper desk or independent?
Okay, I open the rooms. You can choose. If you can see it pop up on your little corner of your screen, you can choose the room to go to and just click join. Everyone else I see in the chat. Oh, perfect. I see Jaylyn has popped in. Raphael's popped in. Justin M, Stephen N has popped in. Beautiful.
We should have given them the other directions. That they had to complete questions on slide 13, 14, and 15.
That's okay. We'll both be in one of the.
Oh. All right. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. I left Miss Ron in the middle of presenting.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Kimari, helper. Okay, Crystal, helper.
Sorry, you were in the middle of talking.
No worries. I'm moving folks in right now.
Okay, I'm going to go to the helper desk.
Okay, Nathaniel, independent.
All right, y'all. I am here and ready to help. So we are going to be doing those yellow slides, slides 13, 14, and 15. So I want everyone, let's go ahead and start on slide 13. Let's go ahead and start on slide 13. So here it is on my screen. All right, so our first inequality was graphed for us. Let's go ahead. We can even do this one together, and then you can do 14 and 15 on your own. So first, inequality 1 is graphed for us. The only thing we have to do is label it. So inequality 1 is this one. Let's go ahead and label it as inequality 1. Okay, now what we're going to do, oh, sorry, Matthew, you good now? Perfect. Okay, so we are on slide 13. Inequality 1 is already graphed for us. We just had to go ahead and label it. So I labeled inequality 1. All right, now we're gonna start with inequality 2. So the first thing I need is my y-intercept. Which one of these numbers is my y-intercept? Let me get it in the chat. What do y'all think? Which one of these is my y-intercept? Good. It is 2. So I'm going to go ahead and put a dot at the number 2 on my y-axis. Okay. That means our slope is that other number, -1/4. What's really important about the slope is it tells me the direction. So my direction, because it's negative, is going to be down 1, right 4. That tells me where I put my next dot. So my next dot is going to be down 1 and then right 4 spaces. All right, so that means my next dot is going to go here. And you'll notice I run out of room. If I try to do another one, it's going to be off the chart. So I actually can't do another dot that way, but I can do another dot the other way. As long as I'm staying in that pattern, down 1 and right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, any questions up to that point? Any questions up to there before I move on? I'll give everyone a few seconds. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the symbol. So this symbol is right here. What symbol is this? Is this less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to?
Greater than or equal to.
It is a greater than or equal to. So what does that mean about my line type and the shading?
It's solid and the shading is greater.
Solid and the shading is up. So I'm going to go ahead and put a solid line. And make sure we're labeling this as inequality number 2. And our shading is going to be up. If you're not sure where up is, draw an up arrow at all your red points, or for me, they're red. And that means that is where I have to color in. I have to color in all of this. All right. So now we need to go ahead and do our solution part. So first we need to label. So now I'm talking about this section down here. It says label solution with an S. So our pink and our blue are overlapping in this section right here. So this is where I'm gonna write my S. It can't be here because that's only red. It can't be here because it's only blue. And this can't be it because it's just a white section. So it needs to be both colors. Both of my sections are overlapping. And now we're just gonna plot a point. So I'm gonna pick any point where I drew this S. So I like my numbers to be positive. So I'm gonna pick this point. And this is a 2. And a 4. So the coordinate is 2, 4. Why can I pick that point? What is my reasoning? It is a solution because it's in the blank shaded area. What makes something a solution? What makes that thing a solution? Exactly, Edwin. It is our double shaded. Good, Mariana. All right, so you can go ahead and move to slide 14. All right, and when you are done, you can hit the raised hand button. So I'll leave my notes up just a bit. Okay, Aaron, I still see that you haven't taken any notes from slide 13. Do you have questions? Okay, do you need the link, Aaron?
Miss.
Yes.
So when we shade, so we have to shade like where the two lines interact.
Okay, so you should be focusing on each line individually. So when you are looking at inequality 1, draw your line and then determine, are you up or down?
So the first one is going up and the second one is going down.
You're on slide 14, Ibrahim?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to stop sharing my screen for a minute. Okay, so Ibrahim, do inequality 1 and draw your arrow up for inequality 1. So it's actually easier to shade before you plot the second graph, but it's okay. Good. Okay, so now for inequality 2, you wrote that it's down. So draw down for inequality number 2. Okay, Ibrahim, that whole thing is inequality 2, that whole line. So you want to shade everything from inequality 2.
Yellow.
Wait, I couldn't hear you because you were moving your computer.
I said I shade the whole thing yellow.
No. So what I mean is I'll show you. So this is your response right now. Okay. This is inequality 2. So that means everything for inequality 2 needs to be shaded. So where you have that pink should also be up here. Does that help? So what you had wasn't wrong. You didn't need to erase that. It should just be on that whole side. Because inequality 2, you want to shade down. So I like that it was pink, Ibrahim. Make it a different color. Make it pink. So this is all for inequality 2. Your yellow was for inequality 1.
All right. Welcome back, y'all. Okay, I think that's everyone. Okay, so we're going to refresh on what the homework is, and then you're going to complete an exit ticket. So again, your homework is what you didn't complete here. So slides 13, 14, and 15 are your homework tonight. It's due by tomorrow at midnight. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna stop the student paste and move us to this exit ticket. Circle on this rubric how you would grade yourself based on the graphing. Do you feel like you're at a 1, a 2, or a 3? And why? Then draw or write 2 things that you learned today. It could be vocabulary, it could be in general about graphing. And then what's one lingering question or thought you have? And drop that in the purple box. Let's take about a minute to drop this in. Thank you, Raphael, for getting started. Edwin, Manuel, Dolores, Xavier. Oh, Miss Mesh, I controlled the screen.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I forgot we weren't on student pace anymore, and I couldn't do that.
No worries. Liliana, thank you. Kimari, Nathaniel. Circle where you're at in the rubric. Do you think you're at a 1, 2, or 3? Why?